Hey everybody, it's Heiden, and this is Warner Pacific Admirals Edition. We're playing Scenario 2. I'm playing Japan. My opponent Hellsen's playing the Allies, that's right. And this is January 11th, 1942. So we just grabbed a base on Mindanao. It's the last base that the Allies have other than Malaybalay. Uh, you know what? Hold on. I gotta... Uh, I gotta pause. Okay, before this engagement goes down, I gotta say something. I am extremely nervous about this turn. There's a lot going on here. This is the very beginning of it. This is a turn that we're going to really find out if Hellsen is going to turn tail and run all year or if he's going to fight back. Because I've got stuff going into Java. I've got stuff going on with Kido Butai. I've got stuff going on all over the place. And I'm nervous that today's not going to go well. So wish me luck here. Let's get on with it, and let's hope for the best. We're starting off with a destroyer engagement near Denpasar and the easternmost part of Java. These are four coastal minesweepers that we spotted last turn. I need to clear them out of the way because I think they're going to get in my way when we are ready to go into Java. Here we go. Allied naval forces surprised. I'm surprised they're surprised. They just encountered us last turn. This won't take long. So the Yanagi here, I believe, is a Momi class destroyer, which is basically a World War I era destroyer. So these things have very limited use. It's probably going to get converted into a personnel carrier later. But it's kind of cool that I get to exercise it now and let it get some guns in the fight. Yeah, it's doing some work, man. Oh, don't let him get away. There's no way they can get away. Come on, Yanagi. Give it to him. Okay, the Yugamo is getting in the fight now. Yugamo is a very famous Japanese destroyer. It's actually the lead destroyer in its class. A very capable destroyer class. It's probably one of the most modern ones that the Japanese have. So right off the bat, we got one Allied AMC taken out. Oh, what? Why are you disengaging? No. Don't leave any behind. Oh, come on, man. That stinks. It must have been ammo. Okay, so this task force already used up ammo killing some AMCs down here the other day. I guess the ammo reserve got low enough that the commander decided to turn away. So it looks like we're going to take out two of these. Two are going to get away. That stinks. See? They're withdrawing because they're out of ammo. Okay, no night bombing. That's a good sign. Good start. That sinks. We knew that was going to happen, though, right? That's 34 points down the drain right there. Dang it. That was one of my best landing ships, too. That thing was damaged 2 turns ago by the those Dutch Dorniers. Okay. So far, this... Okay, we're looking good. Let's see what we get canceled here. It doesn't look good, though, because I see bad weather somewhere where I need there not to be bad weather. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. So it looks like there was no naval intervention by Hellsen, which I wasn't sure that there would be, but right off the bat, we're having a lot of canceled missions today. However, I did notice that one of my most crucial missions does not appear to have been canceled. Let's find out if that's true. Let's get through this. All right, so sweeps going out first here. to make sure that we're not going to get cap-trapped by anything. Okay, I got some nails coming in to bomb these guys just because. Why not? Okay, base force. This is the unit that's trying to get back into Port Moresby. It's not a threat to me whatsoever because it has no combat strength left in it. I know that from when we took Port Moresby a few days ago. Okay! Okay! I needed this, guys. The weather's bad, but I don't think it's going to take much to do what we got to do here. Not the best result. I was hoping for better, but we have severe storms. However, this should help disrupt the unit. We need it disrupted for what we're doing here. All right, so overall, this is okay. I needed this thing to be... I needed this. I would have preferred that we killed more, but this should help us do what we got to do here. So this is... First part of this turn is going good. Weather could have been better. I can deal with that. Okay. This is another important hex. We're attacking this turn here as well. And looks like we're going to get some good disruption on the enemy. Oh. We wiped it out, guys. This is good. Okay, so there's a unit here that was trying to open this hex side. We just eradicated it. So that means now that hex side will remain closed to the enemy, at least, which gives us an escape path if we need it. This is good. All right, good, good, good. So far, so good, guys. Everything is happening that I needed to happen. Yes! 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 We got the raid off, guys! All right, come on. Okay, we got bad weather here, guys, but still, this is the full deck strike. Guys, this is great. Let's see what we get out of this. Oh. Oh, that was kind of crap. All right. So this was the other thing that needed to happen. I wish the weather was better. However, we still got our raid off. Looks like we did take some flak damage, which is understandable with how many units he's probably got here. I'm pretty sure that this is going to get me to my 3,000 point limit that I was trying to hit with this campaign, the strat bombing campaign. Hopefully this is what we needed to do it. I wish the weather were better, but we got the strike off. This is good enough. All right, so far, guys, we've had some weather issues, but overall, I'm satisfied with performance so far. Things that had to happen have happened. Wish we were doing a little more damage to this base. That's a little better. Okay, clear sky, good weather. This is a hex we have to stop the enemy in. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so this is another unit that's trying to get into this hex and break the hex side open. And it looks like it's pretty badly damaged, and we may be able to kill it before it gets all the way in. I hope. Okay, another raid on this hex that we're attacking on the Lanchow Road. All this adds disruption for when my troops attack. Okay, AM phases in the books. Something just sank. It's probably that AMC. Okay, so far we got our raid off on Brisbane. We hit Denpasar. We took out a unit trying to break a hex site in China. I am concerned about retaliation from Hellsen's patrol planes right now. So we're going to have to see how this works out. All right, let's see if we have any enemy canceled mission, of course. Let's see if we have any retaliation by Hellsen's aircraft. If we don't, I'm going to be really shocked. Oh, nice. That's some good hits there. Too bad the runway's already 100% trashed. Supply hits are always good, though. Oh, that is fantastic. Look at this. Excellent hits on baton. Supply hits. You gotta love them. That's the kind of stuff that's going to suck up his supply quickly. All right. Wait for the shoe to drop, guys. Where are his patrol plane bombers? Where are they? They have to go. I can't believe it. He did not attack us at all. That's incredible. I can't believe that. I can't believe it. Okay. Well, whatever. Here we go. Very important day, guys. We have some important battles that have to happen here. And this is not it. Where did these guys go? So we just bombarded here, and normally there was 1,200 AV of troops in this hex. Now they're gone. All right. This is our deliberate attack. This is our first attack along this road up here to try to get to Lanchow. And we should blow right through this with no effort at all. Here we go. Okay. And we blow right through. 2 units outright destroyed. 2 units retreated. And we will advance next turn. This is good. Okay. This is us bombarding him to see what he's got here. Roughly equivalent assault values here. But this is ×3 terrain, so it helps us and it helps him both ways. This should be a blowout. All right. So the Upper Burma Bath Battalion, or whatever that is, has been destroyed by the 14th Tank Regiment, and we have cleared all opposition from southern Burma. That's it. There's nothing left. Okay. Okay, guys, we have to win here. Like, there's no option. We gotta win. Yes! 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 Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that's so good. Guys, this is awesome. I needed the space. This is really good. Excellent. Okay. Allied bombardment attack against us now. And he does not win in that trade. But that's just telling us that he's got supply open again, I guess. I guess that's what that means. Okay, these are good airfield expansions here. Yep. Nice. Okay. This turn went more or less the way I wanted it to. Could have had better weather in some other places, but for the most part, all of our objectives were met, and he didn't do anything to stop us. Nothing. I can't believe it. This was his time to shine, I think. This was his chance to really hurt us, and he just didn't do it. And we got a little cherry on top in Australia. I'm pretty sure that attack was all we needed to push us over 3,000 strat points. So, you know, this is great. Guys, this was a great turn. It was a great turn. Let's take a look and see why. So we'll start with aircraft losses today. A total of 5. Looks like they all came from us. It's what it is. 2 vowels, 2 zeros, and a babs. It's a recon plane. These probably came from Kido Butai is my guess, but we'll find out more. By the way, I am enjoying a delicious gin and tonic tonight with a splash of lemon and a splash of lime juice to celebrate this battle. Top pilots. Nope. Yep. 1 killed pilot out of the 5 losses. Pilot replacements. We always like to take a look at that. Group. All right. So all these wounded pilots are still showing going back. For reserve, we have 2 more pilots here that we need to retire. So Muranaka, he's lost a leg. Ilizuka lost. Oh, nope. This guy lost an arm. Okay. Taking a look at the army loss points for this turn. Another good one for us. The Allies lost 46 points. We lost 0. Ship sunk. This wasn't so great. Last turn, we lost the Shinshu Maru. And we knew that we were going to lose that anyway because they had been burning. It just didn't quite make it, guys. And this is kind of a big loss because this was a good ship. And it's worth a lot of points to me. So Hellsen did pocket a fair bit of points from that. We did sink more than likely 2 AMCs. We heard one sink in between. And we saw this one sink outright. And there's still more where we need to go. So, taking a look at this. This is probably the best thing about this whole turn. We have hit my goal for this campaign as far as Allied strategic loss points inflicted on Australia by the Kido Butai. 3,028. Guys, that is basically a quarter of my total score right now. We would not be where we are right now without this. So I think it was definitely worth it. If you look at the amount of aircraft we lost, it was minuscule. I mean, look at it. Let's go by Japanese aircraft. So basically, for all intent and purposes, well, a lot of these zeros weren't even lost with Kido Butai. These vowels, it cost us, I don't know, 17 vowels. Kate's almost nothing. It was definitely worth it, guys. Definitely worth it. Huge return on the investment. Okay. For the turn, we gained another 205 points, bringing our win ratio up to 2.081 to 1. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. For January 11th. Okay. Let's take a look at the combat reporter stuff. We'll start with sea engagements, and we only had 1, which I was actually a little surprised because I thought we'd have more, but Hellsen is really sticking to his Sir Robin strat, and he is not letting it go. So at Denpasar, not Denpasar, but Banjuwangi, we encountered 4 AMCs with these destroyers, but the reason they didn't finish the job is because they went too low on ammo. You see that? It made them break off because of ammo. So what I need to do now is send these guys back to Makassar, and I'll swap them out with something else that can get the job done. No problem. Okay. Looking at ground combat, a lot of stuff to talk about. Pucheng, looks like he tried to bombard us, but he's definitely losing that exchange. I don't know what it is that he's doing there, but he definitely is not getting the better of that. Denpasar, probably one of the most important moves we made on the map this turn. We landed aviation support unit here, and we had to take it. So what I did was I sent in bombers from Kindari to hit Denpasar. All right, so here's how it went. The bombers flew from Kindari and attacked the ground forces at Denpasar, and then from Makassar, I flew long range cap over there to provide air cover during that operation because I really expected him to do the same. I thought he would fly long range cap from Surabaya to try to prevent us from getting a foothold on this island, but he did not, which I don't really quite get. He didn't do anything. So now that I have a foothold on Denpasar, what we're going to do is we're going to target this base here. This is probably where we're going to land. But I have aircraft to fly in here with aviation support, and we can long-range cap our landing forces here at Banjuwangi. And it's only 1 hex away, so we're not going to get a whole lot of fatigue out of this like we would from flying from Makassar, right? So that's why I took Denpasar, to provide air cover for my landing here. And we'll talk more about it when I go around the map, but there's a reason why we're doing it this way. I'm going off topic here. But we took the base. It was great. Okay, so we had ground combat in China. That was just a bombardment, but we found out something here. Look at this. What the heck is this? Why are these guys still here? Look in China. It looks to me like Hellsen has abandoned this hex to me, and he's moving this way towards Chongqing. Do you see that? This is the bulk of the I-Chang force, and it looks like it's probably going to head this way, or it could head down this way. I don't really care. All he did was leave a single unit as a placeholder here, and I think what we're going to do is try to eliminate it. What that will do is this. Watch. Right now, my division here is trapped, and I can only go out this way back towards I-Chang. But if I take out this unit here, which I think we can do with this division, we can take this unit and make it retreat, and we can own this hex, and then we're free to move any direction we want, which I would probably head up this way and go up the Ankang Road. So I think he made a mistake here doing this. He should have left at least 2 or 3 more units. This is rough terrain, but we still have such a huge weighted numbers here that we can take this unit out. I think he screwed up with this. He should have left more, because we're basically trapped here. We won't be for long. All right, ground combat here. This is on the actual Ankang Road. I just want to see what he had here. It's not enough for us to take outright. Oh, big attack here. This is something serious here on the Lanchow Road. We'll talk about that when I go around the map. And we eliminated another allied unit in Burma. Okay, let's take a look at air attacks. And I just really want to focus on the Kido Butai strike on Brisbane. It was a bit disappointing, to be sure. We had severe storms, which severely limited our accuracy. However, we still got enough hits here to get us over my threshold of 3,000 points. So I am really done now. I don't want to do it anymore. Kido Butai has other things to do than stay down here and deal with this. But we accomplished our goals and then some. So Brisbane got hit. We're done. And we'll talk about Australia when we go around the map, because there's a lot to see over here. Okay. All right. Sigint, I didn't see anything noteworthy here. Darwin has something going on, but we really can't tell what. Something at LA, I don't really care. Vancouver, Changsha, okay. This is in Soviet Union, and this is somewhere in the middle of BFE, Australia. I don't really care. Okay, quickly looking at ops report. we'll take a look at the intel screen, and you can see we had a lot of bases that expanded this turn. Wuchang, Bangkok, size 6, excellent. Tukugurao, this is a base that we're flying bombing missions onto Clark Field from. That's great to have that bigger. Singapore, size 7, can't have that big enough. And then forts up to Sion, size 1, to help with counterattacks. We took Denpasar and Oroquieta, or Kieta. That's on Mindanao. As you can see, we own every base except Cagayan. So it's just a matter of starving these guys out now. And they don't have that much long to live, because there's no way he got that many supplies into Malay before we took the place. So we'll just let him sit here for a bit. Okay, looking at the refit report, I just want to show you that I am trying to get all of my Fubuki Flight 1s, which is like the first iteration of the Fubuki. They have a refit coming due on January 1942, and I'm trying to get them all converted over. This refit gives them ASW capabilities. The Fubuki Flight 1s start with basically no ASW at all. This will give them depth charges. They're not very good depth charges, but they're something. Okay, we're done with Combat Reporter, so let's go around the map. We got a lot to discuss. This one might be a little bit longer than normal today, because there's a lot of things about to happen. I want to try to talk you through them all. Okay? We'll start up here in the Aleutians. Nothing going on here. Okay, looking at the Sea of Okhotsk. Sakhalin, Hokkaido. Looks like so far so good. We finally got resources flowing out of Sakhalin into Hokkaido. So we've got our first CS convoy landing resources here on Wakanai, which will make its way down to these bases. And our second CS convoy has already left as well and is heading down to Wakanai also to drop off more. And then I have a final. These guys are coming out of what do you call it? These guys brought the invasion force to ADAC. I'm now bringing them back, and this will be my third CS convoy. So we'll have 3 convoys moving back and forth. I may spread them out so that one's going to Sapporo as opposed to all of them going to Wakanai. Or maybe we'll even go in. I think we're going to go to Sapporo and Wakanai, just so we don't have them all stacked up here at the same time. But this is a major resource generating spot for me, and I really need this stuff out. So we're playing a relay race, getting it into Hokkaido and then into mainland Japan. And since we're talking about that, I do want to show you something in Tracker real quick. Where's it at? Take a look at this. Under my industry tab, under regional, if I look at Japan, wait, maybe it's not here. Let's resource history. Okay. So if I look at Japan and click resource history, you can see we started the campaign with 6.7 million resources, right? And after 37 turns, we're only down to 6.3 million. As we continue building up Fusan, as we continue moving more supplies and stuff out of Sakhalin, I should be able to keep this on balance. So we've only lost 300,000 resources in 37 days. And we've got way more capacity and lift that we can do here. So we're really doing pretty good resource-wise in the home islands. And again, you can see these are deliveries. When resources get dropped off by my CS convoys, you can see the infusion of this stuff. So we can get these numbers up. All right. Let's talk about China. So, we had a big victory here today. We took out all the forces here. They retreated up this way, but these guys are now extremely weak, and these guys are extremely weak. So we have 2,000 AV here, okay? And he's got nothing like that. I don't think he's gotten the clue here. He still has these troops retreating down this way. He's not moving these guys anywhere. So I think he's just going to let us have it, guys. So in about 6 to 7 turns, this is our goal here. We want to take this hex. Because what that's going to do is it's going to block all the fuel that comes out of Lanchow from flowing down to Chungking where it has to be. Chungking is crucial to this. So tasty. We got to get this fuel stopped. I was talking to Desert Wolf tonight, and he said this is important to do, but don't forget he still has Magway, and Magway has a refinery. So I didn't think about this, but this is still producing fuel, and that fuel can still flow to Chungking. So it's not just Lanchow that we need to cut. However, the supply cost to move fuel from Lanchow to Chungking is far less than it is to move from Magway to Chungking. So this will take about a week at a time to push fuel. This can be done in a couple turns. So this will be a very important to cut this, but we also do need to stop the fuel flowing in from Magway at some point. Again, I've already discussed in previous videos why I'm apprehensive to go in there right now, but we definitely need to do that because it will continue to feed fuel into Chungking until we do it. After we take Lanchow or cut the road to Lanchow, and after we stop the fuel coming out of Magway, then he will truly be starved because the Rangoon Burma Road thing is dead. I love drawing these pictures. So he doesn't have that anymore. Okay, so we're going to continue moving up the road here. And if we take a look down here, I want to show you something. If I click the W key, you see that we know that he already has this hex site open. We destroyed the unit from the air that was trying to go in this way, okay? So now that hex site is no longer threatened to be opened up. Now he still has units going this way and units going this way. I don't think I have enough aircraft to stop all these units because the terrain that they're on is going to eat a lot of the bombs. So here's what I think I can do. I think I can kill this unit right here, which isn't very strong to begin with. We should be able to eradicate it. All right. I don't think I can kill this unit right here. So what's going to happen is he'll have 2 hex sites open total. He has one here and one here. Exiting out this way will take forever. It'll take him 20, 30 days to get out this way. But if he breaks this hex site open, he can free his troops and go up the roads and go anywhere he wants. So here's what I'm doing in the meantime. I'm going to keep bombing this unit every day to slow it down, but I don't think I can slow it down very much because we didn't bomb it today for whatever reason. The bombers didn't fly. He's going to open this hex side, but I have an armored car unit following up behind here, which I hope to get in position here and get it into this hex here to slow him down. And then I'll just have to bomb these units every day to try to get them knocked out of move mode, assuming that's what he's trying to do. But at least we should be able to limit the amount of penetrations of the hex sites we control, and that way we can kind of channel the escape routes that he has, right? He can't go everywhere. He's got to pick a few places and that's it. So that's what we're trying to do here. It's just limit the amount of places he can escape from Puchang. All in all, I did play this wrong. He did outplay me here completely by me allowing him to maneuver around me without stopping him. So I learned a lesson there. But it's only 400 AV, and it's small potatoes compared to what the heck I'm doing to him up here, right? Okay, Burma. We did destroy the unit here. So what I'm going to do is take this unit and move it into Toungoo. Toungoo's going to be my primary staging point for all further advances into Burma. So Toungoo is where I'm going to take all my units, and we're going to continue moving up with the ultimate goal of taking Lashio, because that to me is the most important base. Once we take that, we can go into Pao Shan, and then we effectively block any possible way for supply, fuel, anything to get into China, unless he's flying it in from Lido into Kunming or something. And that's definitely possible. Ah, we got fighters there. Look at that. It's definitely possible for him to airlift supplies, but it's a trickle. What these aircraft can airlift is minuscule compared to what we can move through the roads. So that's what we're trying to do here. But again, being very cautious of not letting Magway flip over until we're ready to protect it. Okay, so we continue down the road here at Sabang. Right, we're going to take out this unit, and we're going to continue down till we get to Medan. And I think this is probably one of the first bases that I feel comfortable owning and moving fuel out of. So the only base that can hit Medan at this point would be Palembang. And I already have a process in place here to start neutralizing this airfield so he can't even fly missions to Medan. So Singapore's going to start bombarding daily Palembang to keep that airfield suppressed. So when we come into Medan, we should be able to take it without any real issue. We also know that he basically has no protection there because he moved the Medan base force up here. So he's going to have nothing really in Medan when we get there to cause damage to the oil fields when we get there. The engineers aren't there to set the demo charges because they're up here, which I think was a mistake, but whatever. We did lose our LSD over here last turn, but we kind of figured that we would, so it's not too big of a shock. Okay, Philippines, status quo. In Luzon, we're just waiting it out, guys. This is going to take several months of him just eating his own supply. He's eating himself to death right now, and he doesn't even know it. Or maybe he does know it, and he's just biding his time. But what I'm not going to do is go into this hex and get into an artillery duel with his big guns, because that's just going to cause us all kinds of damage and pain, and he will win that because he's got more guns than we do. So we don't even need to fire a shot right now. We're just going to keep bombing him every day, get those supply hits, and let his troops eat the supply down, and then we can waltz into Clark and just take it. Well, we're going to have to fight these guys, but it won't be much of a fight. On Mindanao, same plan here. We're going to let these guys eat themselves to death. I'm not going to waste any more troops here. I'm going to take this unit and move it down into Malaybalay. Once it's in place, I'm going to take the 21st Division, which is still recovering quite nicely, by the way. We'll move it up to Cagayan and ship it out, and we'll probably use it. My guess is I probably want to go for Tarakan. And then we'll use it also to take Balikpapan and Samarinda. After that, we'll head down to Java. That's what I want to do. So I think that's what 21st Division is going to be doing. Okay. So I touched on this a little bit, but the invasion of Java is still planned and it's still on. We captured Denpasar, which is a very important base for us, right? So we have aviation support in place. We have a size 3 airfield. We should have no issues operating aircraft here. And what we're going to do is fly Zeros and Oscars into Denpasar and use them to long range cap this hex. So when our ships come in, they'll have protection. Because take a look at this. Overnight, Hellsen has basically transferred every single one of his fighters into Surabaya. So I am expecting within the next turn to 2 turns a major air war in this area. And it's going to be all centered around our invasion force touching ground here at Banjuwangi. It's going to be a big fight. I was so nervous this turn because I thought that he would have put up more fight for Denpasar. Because Hellsen's not stupid. He knows what's going on. I think he assumed that we landed here to take this base to support the landing at Banjuwangi. So I thought that we would have bombers, fighters, everything, and the kitchen sink being thrown at this base to try to disrupt this unit from doing what they needed to do. But he made zero attempt to defend it. So now we got the base. And now we have a foothold to power project into Java, right? So the reason that we're doing this is because I elected not to use carrier aircraft in Java right at this time. I was just extremely nervous about Dutch subs. I was worried about having them out here. We could have probably put like mini KB or Kido Butai over here to do the same job, but I just wanted to try to do this with land-based air. And so far, so good. We've got plenty of bombers at Kendari, plenty of fighters at Makassar. We're going to have fighters at Denpasar. We know that's what he's got, right? He's got 71 fighters, 72 bombers. We know that. We know exactly what he has here. So, like, none of this is a surprise. In fact, he may even have more fighters than that here. I don't even know. But either way, 80 Zeros are better than 80 Dutch Buffaloes. So if he wants to have an air war, let's do it. we'll finally get a chance to get some kills here. But that's the plan. We're using land-based air to cover our invasion at Banjuwangi. Once we land here, we'll walk all the way into Surabaya and take it. Once I take it, then we're probably going to just cut the island in half and wait. I don't feel like going into Bandung right now. I don't really need Batavia quite yet, but I do need Surabaya because Surabaya is definitely an important base. It's the key to Java, in my opinion, and it allows him to protect Balikpapan and Samarinda from the air. So I need to take that base out, and then from there, he will only have Bandung and Batavia and Palembang, but not for long, to defend his oil fields. And I don't even know if he's going to want to do that, because he'd really basically need B-17s to accomplish that, and I don't know if he's willing to bring them down. But even if he is, I'm not taking any chances with that, and I will neutralize these bases before I attempt to take the oil. And I've already made that strategy clear early on, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to bypass the oil fields until I can guarantee that they cannot be destroyed, and then I'll take them after that. All right. So that's the plan for Java. Within the next 2 turns, you should see us landing here. Hopefully it goes well. Okay. Let's take a look at the Solomons here. Okay. Let's take a look here. So here are the threats we've got right now in New Guinea. We got this Port Moresby guys trying to get back into the base, but they're absolutely no threat because they have no combat power. We have whatever these guys are moving into Rabaul. I don't even know what they are. I don't care. They're of no threat to me. So these guys are going to be dead soon. We are currently moving on a WoW, which we know has basically nothing left. We've got these 2 units moving in, which admittedly is going very slowly. Okay. And then these guys are taking their time as well. But once we have WoW under control, we can take these units and use them for garrison or whatever else, other places, because there's nowhere for these guys to retreat. Okay, so let's talk about the Kido Butai. So we got our final strike in this turn on Brisbane, and I think it's time for us to make a discreet exit, because look at all the bombers he's got there. 77 bombers and 67 auxiliaries. I don't even know what those things are, but I'm not going to stick around to find out. So we are out of here, and look at the troops in Brisbane. Holy moly. So it appears to me that Hellsen has pulled everything out of the northern part of Australia and has decided to draw a line in the sand at Brisbane, because there are literally 35 ground units spotted, all kinds of tanks, all kinds of flak. It's a miracle that my bombers didn't take more losses this turn attacking this place. Look at that. So I think we figured out where Hellsen's line in the sand is. It's at Brisbane. But that's nothing a few Japanese divisions couldn't blow through, right? I don't know. But either way, we know that this is where he's drawn his line in Australia. I don't know if the rest of these bases are occupied. Cairns, Townsville. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. But this is definitely where he's concentrated his forces and his aircraft. I don't know where the fighters are at, but geez, plenty of bombers and plenty of auxiliaries. And the auxiliaries could be seaplanes. Those could be transport planes. They could be anything. Float planes. Whatever isn't a fighter or a bomber. He's got everything at Brisbane. So I think it's time to get the heck out of Dodge, because that is a very foreboding looking thing he's got here. But at least we know now where he's at. He's definitely put his line here, and I think the reason he's done that is because in case we do invade Australia, which is starting to look a little juicy, I'm not gonna lie, I believe the line that activates emergency reinforcements is right here. So he wants to try to stack it up here, and if it gets pushed back here, it activates emergency reinforcements, and then we've got a bunch of divisions that we're gonna have to fight coming into Cape Town, Um, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But there he is. I would like to reflect quickly on what we've done here. We've had Melbourne, Sale, Sydney, I'm sorry, Port Kembla, right? Sydney, Newcastle, Toowoomba, and Brisbane. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's been great. It's been quite the ride. But I think our strat bombing campaign in Australia, as far as Kido Butai is concerned, is done for now. It's time to get out of here because we have cheated death for over a month being over here. Why Hellsen has made zero attempt to do anything about this is beyond me. His Sir Robin strategy is probably the most extreme case of one that I think I've ever seen or heard of. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do it like this. He had so many opportunities to intervene here last turn and didn't. He's had so many opportunities to try to do something with the Kido Butai and he hasn't. I just don't get him. And he's really starting to dig a bit of a hole for himself because I think I pointed this out before. Some of these are fixed cost losses for the Allies, right? All of Java, all of the troops on Java are eventually going to die. And we're looking at about 2,000 points worth of all that stuff here, right? We've got at least 2,000 points wrapped up in the Philippines proper. Between the bases and the troops that we're going to eventually kill here, there's got to be at least 2,000 points here. So now we're 4,000 points down. Okay? He's going to start running out of points here, guys. Don't forget, we'll count this too. Sumatra's going to fall. I do intend to get into Burma a bit deeper. Okay? I do want to take China. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I want to. There's a lot of points in China. Several thousand points in China. At some point, he's going to run out of points to lose. And we've already got ourselves a big lead. This helped a lot. So Hellsen better start planning a counterattack and really, really soon. I probably shouldn't be asking for this, but I'm just telling you how it is. He's allowed us to get really far ahead, and he's dug himself a big hole by being so passive. And like I said, there are so many more points for us to get that are fixed points. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're known points that you're going to lose as the allied player. Philippines, Dutch East Indies, Burma, China. There's not much he can do to stop that. We're gonna win there. It could take a few months. We're gonna win there, and we're gonna get really far ahead. And he may have a serious issue digging himself out of that hole. So we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I look forward to reading your comments, and I would love to have you guys come over to my Discord if you're not there yet, because that's where all the action's happening. That's where I'm there all day. I talk all day to the guys and the girls if there's any girls there. A couple things before we close out. I'm going to give you a little bonus time. We'll take a look at the ground reinforcement schedule for the next few days. We have quite a bit of units coming on the map here in the next 3 days. So a parachute regiment, looks like another guards regiment, a base force, and a bunch of small garrison units here. That's going to be good. Let's take a look at aircraft coming in. In 3 days, we have another Topsy unit, which is going to be associated with the 2nd Raiding Regiment that comes in at Kagoshima. And in 20 days, we have quite a bit of training units coming on the map. So all these Val units and these Mabels, these are just going to be for training. They're not going to actually be operational units. Okay? And then for ships, I'd like to show you Tracker because it's more accurate. So let's take a look at ship production. And we'll go ahead and sort out all these halted units, right? So for ship production, this is what we got coming on the map in the next 20-30 days. A Subchaser, an AO, a new Flight 3 Fubuki, a Yugamo, a pretty decent sized tanker. Again, more Subchasers. I don't even mention those. What is this? Oh, a couple cargo ships, another AO, submarine, and another Yugamo. And again, I would consider the Yugamos to be one of my absolute best destroyers at this time, because they come right off the factory floor with Type 2 depth charges, which are the good Japanese depth charges, the ones that actually work and can go deep and damage ships. So Yugamos are probably one of my favorites. Obviously, I would love to get Shimikazes, but we'll only get one of those. We're not playing any kind of variants, no fake crap. And Scenario 2 is bad enough, so, you know, we're not getting any more Shimikazes. Anyway, that's the stuff I'm getting here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to talking to you guys some more. And the next few turns are going to continue to be wild. I promise you that. Okay? We got an invasion of Java going down here soon. We got the invasion of Sumatra going on. We got Burma going down. We got next steps for Kido Butai. There's all kinds of stuff to look forward to, guys. It is just getting started. And don't forget, we have the drive up to Lanchow. And this is going to be fun, because this is going to be put Hellsen in a weird, difficult situation. And I don't think he's in a position to stop us right now. So things are looking really good in China. Deswolf told me he feels like my position in China is pretty extremely good for a Japanese player on 11 December 1942. He said, you're well positioned with what's gone on so far. So hopefully he's accurate and we can make something happen here. Catch you guys on the next one.